in terms of the kids playing spring sports in high school, thinking back to when you were coaching at the high school level, what do you think this is going to do for them in terms of maybe like recruitment and things like that? Like if you're a senior, your college plans are probably already set, right? But if you're, say, a junior, going to be a rising senior, losing this season could be a really big deal. Like, how do you think that's going to play out?
That's a really good point. Now, the first thing I know in baseball recruiting and a lot of others, the real recruiting happens on travel teams in the summer and in the fall. So for, like you said, the seniors are pretty much already committed to where they're going. The juniors, as long as the sophomores and juniors get that summer showcase season in, I don't anticipate missing this high school year as a big problem for that.
Okay. Well, I was just saying, because I, once upon a time, way back, I coached softball. I was the JV softball coach for a few years, and I made the big mistake. I thought, softball will somehow be less competitive or intense than baseball. So I thought, this will just be fun, and I was completely wrong. But yeah, even there, and even at the JV level, a lot of the better players were on travel teams and went to showcases. So I didn't even think about that for the recruiting purposes. So you're saying that you think for the kids who are involved in those extra programs and playing privately, this may not have as big an impact as some people are thinking?
Right. I know your background is as a football guy, and a lot of football recruiting obviously happens at high school. But I listened to Brian O'Connor, who's the head coach at University of Virginia, talk about the way he recruited. He said, look, he goes, I would love to go visit high schools. I would love to go see high school games, but he said it's not practical because, one, high school plays while the colleges are playing. Two, he said that he can go to the major showcases. There's one in East Cobb, Georgia, where in one weekend he can see the 100 best players from the entire East Coast.
Right.
Instead of going out to Briarwoods High School or Broad Run High School to see one player. So the impact of missing the high school season, I don't think is going to hurt recruiting as much as it's just going to hurt the development of the players. I think that's where the missing piece is, because people really undervalue the development that high school coaches put in for their players, because they see them every single day. They work with the kids every day. So they're working on their character. They're working on their game with those kids. And I think that's the missing piece. I don't think recruiting is really the loss of exposure is really a big deal for spring sports. But I do think the loss of the structured development is going to be the biggest challenge.